Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss what happens with young children and pets after someone passes. If someone has young children, they really should have a will in place to determine what happens and has discussed with friends and family their wishes if something was to happen to them. If someone passes without a will and there is no surviving parent or person named in the will that can act as guardian, there is a potential the child may go into foster care and become a ward of the state. Therefore, it is important that if one has children, to discuss with family and friends who may become guardians and potentially have backups just in case of an issue, such as them passing before you passing, so there's alternatives available. Also, there should be in place either specific funds, a trust already established, or funds or a trust to be established for the benefit of the child in the will, especially if there's requirements for special care, if at all possible. If not, then the new guardians will need to understand this adjustment to their finances and are willing to accept them. Hopefully, what should be happening upon someone's passing is that their surviving parent, relative, or person named in the will takes in the child and then works through the legal process, if needed, to get the official custody of the child and them to be named legal guardian. If not, the child might go to Child Protective Services or CPS first, and then go to the relative named in the will, or be put into the system for foster care or an orphanage. With a pet, there are typically four things that will occur. A family or friend will take in the pet. It will be determined to euthanize the pet and to either bury or cremate it, to give it up for adoption and or send it to a shelter, or the last one, abandon it and have it fend for itself. Now, obviously, the first one is the most ideal, where a family or a friend of the family takes in the pet. But the other three do happen, and over the course of researching this video and working through my parents' affairs, I've seen the different sides of these situations. Now, if someone wished, they might want to put a provision in their will for a specific amount or a trust for the pet, but this is not always the case. Sometimes the executors of the will might provide some amount or a donation to the person or the organization that takes in the pet. Personally, it is recommended to do at least $500 per pet in case of donating or the pet being given to someone else. This way, the person has some funds for food and supplies and can cover the vet bills if and when they occur, or the cost to eventually put them down at a later time. Hopefully this video gives you some insights into these topics and you are better prepared to discuss them a little bit more and something to think about. As always, like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you think can benefit from this information. Feel free to leave any comments and I'll try to do the best I can to answer them. Depending on what you leave, it might mean that I might need to make additional videos to explain them, so feel free to ask.